Hey everyone, it's Mark Lightfoot from SnowOnly.com here with another ski update. We get so many inquiries. Actually, that's true, but actually more to the point that I speak to so many people that are lacking in the knowledge about leaseback and outright on any person's site or any agent site or any developer's site. Still some confusion in that. We're trying to work through it at the moment on SnowOnly.com to offer a tab to define whether the property is leaseback or outright purchase. But as we get the information from the agents and the developers, there can be a bit of a tricky situation. So we are trying to work through that and give everyone the best option to be able to see whether it's a leaseback or an outright purchase. One of the things that we have with some of our developers is that we get, let's just say, people presume something about a developer that is not necessarily true. So one of the things I would like to discuss today is about our partnership with a development called MGM. Now, if we can just add this stage. There's a plane going overhead at the moment. So we work with many partners in terms of agents and developers to find the best possible solution for buyers that meet their criteria. So any buyers that come to our site, they give us a criteria of what they're looking for, and we will make referrals to the best people that suits their criteria, because we have been doing this a long time, in which case we know the best people to speak to. So one of our developers that we partner with is a developer called MGM. MGM have been building property in the French Alps for probably the last 60 years or so, and have loads of developments on the go at the same time. But one of the assumptions, just to let you know as we're on here, we also work with Alpine Lodges and Rising Stone, who are both equally amazing developers in the French Alps. We know them personally, so we can make personal recommendations for you into the properties where they have properties. We're into the resorts where they have properties. So if we look at MGM just as a click through, MGM Group, new properties out in the French Alps, 19 residences, 18 locations. The important thing here is 2 buying options. Now, there is the assumption, if we go down here, there is the assumption that a lot of MGM properties, if not all of MGM properties, only offer leaseback. Now, obviously, what we mean by leaseback is almost like owning a room in a hotel. You purchase the property, they give you an allocated amount of weeks. Just to simplify it, they give you an allocated amount of weeks, and then they will give you a return on your investment, and you are tied into that leaseback for 20 years. The problem is with a lot of buyers is that they want the flexibility to use it a lot more often. Obviously, when you do a leaseback property, you are restricted by the amount of time that you can use it. So it's not possible. So in terms of leaseback options, they have one in Samoën, Valmoral, La Plagne, Flaine, Le Grand Bonnard. So all these developments are leaseback options. So Flaine, for example, wonderful ski and ski out property. La Plagne, I think there's only about 3 or 4 units left in there, but again, an amazing ski and ski out property. And you can't change this to an outright purchase. These are freehold ownerships, but they are tied to a leaseback scheme. Now, MGM, as a very, very experienced developer, and personally with my 25 years experience in real estate, it is fundamentally important to recommend people to developers that have years of experience, because you don't want to be going through their learning curve while putting your money into their development. So anyone with a lot of experience, I feel like it is beneficial in the long run to get a good quality. It also means with Alpine Lodges, Rising Stone, MGM, that they have a brand to protect. That brand is protected by the quality of the development that you are buying into. So this is why I tend to recommend developers with a brand. Now, MGM also have, which I think is fundamentally important, outright purchases. Now, these outright purchases can be used whenever you want. So you are not restricted by the leaseback conditions. You can just buy into the property and rent it out via Airbnb. You can do whatever you want, and you can use it as much as you want. Now, currently, MGM have quite a few of these options available, so you are not always restricted to a leaseback option with MGM. So if we just go through the locations here, we have Champagny, we had Manica, but actually typically was sold out very quickly. Bissan 1500, Maribel in Les Alous, I was at the site there recently. Sainte-Foy, Les Sassis, Le Carreau, and Leger. All these properties with MGM are an outright purchase for you to use whenever you want to use them. So just wanted to point out there, we can kind of remove this, or I'll leave this up on the screen. I just wanted to point out there that when you buy with MGM, it's only for certain products. It's not for all products. So if you are after an outright purchase property with an experienced developer, that is a very good option to go down. Again, feel free to email me at mark@snowonly.com and I will make contact for you. If not, you can inquire on our site the same way as I did it. So if you just go here, for example, go back to snowonly.com, just scroll down the page, and you will come recommended developers in the French Alps. Click on MGM, scroll down to your outright purchase, click on the particular development, whether it's Champagny, and there you have all the options available to you. I hope that is very helpful for everyone. I will be back with a new video very soon. Thank you very much for listening. Have a good day.